right, man, we're gonna double dip here with Stefon Diggs. He is facing some, allegations, man. And I'm not here to really talk about the allegations. I want to bring awareness to something else, and then also we being sued by a baby mama or something like that. I'm gonna talk about that too. So I just want to talk about, like, the video is not gonna be about what you think the video per se is gonna be about. But let's get into it, man. Let's go.
Well, breaking right now on WBZ, New England Patriots star Stefon Diggs is facing serious criminal charges. We have just obtained paperwork from Dedham District Court indicating that the wide receiver is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. This is stemming from an incident back on December 2nd. Diggs is scheduled to be arraigned on the charges in Dedham on January 23rd. That is just 2 days before the AFC Championship game. The wide receiver's attorneys were in court this morning for a hearing, and we are working to learn more about the incident that led to these charges. We did reach out to the Patriots for a statement. We have that for you here. It says the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding Stefon Diggs. Stefon has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stefon. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary, out of respect for all of the parties involved, and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. We want to bring in Dan Roche now to talk about this with us and the impact, Roche, that this could have for the team, for the playoffs. We've been on such a roll. How does Coach Vrabel make sure that this doesn't become a distraction for them?
Well, Brianna, I think it's very early in the fact-finding part of this as far as just what happened, how it happened, when it happened, who was involved, and everything else, which we haven't seen or heard yet. So I think that's the first part of it. And then the second part to me is that he categorically denies it when it comes to what happened. So we're going to have to find out the story. Beyond that, I can tell you that as a veteran, a wide receiver, a number one wide receiver coming in, there were questions about Steph Diggs and, how would he behave? How would he handle it? A lot of the number one wide receivers could be divas, if you call it, at times. And he has been nothing but a role model, a perfect citizen in that clubhouse or locker room for this New England Patriots team. So much so that he's emerged as a leader. The players look up to him. I think the coaching staff certainly respects him, and everything that he's done in a Patriots uniform has been good for the team. In fact, just the other day, post game after their win over the Jets down in New Jersey, he was speaking in the locker room talking about being 30 yards away from being a 1,000-yard wide receiver, I think for the 7th time in his career. And he had knee surgery last year and came back, and I think it meant a lot to him. He was almost, to me, kind of emotional, almost in tears, saying he just wants to win, that these milestones don't mean as much to him anymore in his career. At this point of his career, he just wants to win, loves this team, and wants to be a part of them trying to win a Super Bowl. So, like I said, it's again, nothing surprises me, in sports anymore. But I think for everything that we've seen and have been with the guy from day one here in that Patriots locker room, he's been nothing but a role model citizen. So we shall see how it unfolds. But from my perspective, he's been everything you want as a teammate, as a leader, as a New England Patriot so far.
Yeah, Roche, certainly a lot of positive things ahead of him. He's a dad, has a new baby with Cardi B. But again, here, the breaking news, he is going to be arraigned 2 days before the AFC Championship. So we will see what happens. We will stay on top of it. Roche, thank you for your insight.
So I'm going to say this first and foremost. Do you see how your reputation could save you or buy you some time? He's been a model citizen in that locker room. Say like, hey, we ain't see none of this. You know what I'm saying? He good, so that's why they ain't suspended him yet. But hey, hold on. But let's see what he had to say.
Very emotional time, taken back by some, things that's been going on. But I want to be here to say, sorry I wasn't available for those couple of days. It's a different kind of time, but dealing with everything, it's definitely an open case, so I can't even say anything about it. I will be open to any football questions, anything you want to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be rude or, disrespectful in any way. So if anybody asks me a question that's pertaining to it, I'm obviously just give you a look. Y'all kind of know me at this point, but shoot.
What kind of support have you had, Stefon, from your teammates? We saw you yesterday on the field breaking huddle, and it seems like you're the leader out there at this point still.
Is that a football question?
Well, this is not about any sort of crime. It's just about how you lead and how your teammates support you.
Regarding football, I'm going to continue to be the guy I've been, trying to finish the season. It's a different time, a very emotional time.
So, at the end of the day for him, basically what happened, all right, and we can pull this up, man. Give me 1 second. And what from my understanding, what happened was he had an employee. I think she was his cook or something like that. A private chef. She wanted some money that she was owed. He didn't want to pay the money, okay? So the chef report, so basically New England Patriot, superstar wide receiver Stefon Diggs is facing serious felony charges according to a motion hearing in the Dedham District Court on Tuesday. According to court documents, Diggs, 31, is charged with the felony strangulation and suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery charges for incident happened December 2nd. Charging documents allege that on that date, Diggs allegedly smacked the private chef over a paycheck dispute at Dedham residence. The chef reportedly told Diggs she was owed a month's pay after being sent home for a week in November because Diggs was having house guests, according to paperwork. The paperwork alleges Diggs became angered by these comments. According to a court docs, Diggs tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck. Documents allege that the woman had trouble breathing and she felt like she could have blacked out. She said that she tried to pry his arms away. He tightened his grip at the point the male threw her onto the bed. He said something to the effect of, "Thought so." The police report shows a woman had some redness on her chest, but did not take pictures. Why not? They take pictures of everything else. The chef had been hired around July 20th, was supposed to work through the end of the NFL season. She left her position following the alleged assault. Text message showed the chef wanted to be paid out for the season, saying Diggs wasted her fucking time probably. I'm out your life. Or wasting her time. I won't be paying you ish. If I look like paying you and another chef. Is you high? Diggs responded. Diggs' lawyer Dave Meyer released the following statement, and he denied it. So basically, it was a pay dispute. And most people may be like, "Hey, man, he got the bag." Just pay her. You wouldn't be dealing with this. You got to understand, a lot of these dudes with money, they don't really have money like that. But a lot of these dudes who really got money, they have a God complex. They ain't gonna just pay it. They got to fuck around and see. Think about how Puff paid people and I fucked them over. Puff probably wouldn't be in jail. You know, so but he should have just paid her, honestly. But at the end of the day, from what it would sound like, she was sent home from a week because he had house guests and she wanted to be paid for a month. So I don't know if he sent her home and he didn't bring her back or something like that. Now, there's rumors that he's trying to settle the dispute out of court. So she filed criminal charges. See, most people go to court and they say, "Oh, he did a crime and and I just want my money." I don't respect that. When you go to civil court without filing criminal charges, her filing criminal charges may kind of raise my antennas a little bit. But these women be lying. It could have been an altercation. She could have swung first. He could have did this, that, and the third, or whatever the situation may be. But she wanted to be paid throughout the season. You didn't work throughout the season. So, I mean, you know, it's crazy, bro. But the thing about it is this. When you continue to deal with all these women, when you hire a chef and you deal with all these women, it's the countdown to something go wrong. Let me say that again. It's the countdown to something go wrong. It's the countdown when you fire women, or you got to relieve them of their duty, or you want to break up with women. Why don't guys break up with women? Because women don't want to leave. So when you got a history of dealing with all these women, bro, the chances are women don't deal in honesty and logic and in reality. That's what most guys don't. So when you got all these women that you employ, or these women you dealing with, it's just a recipe. It's just a countdown to when it's going to go bad. Somebody is going to say, oh, he did this to me, or he did that to me, or he touched me here, or he beat me here, because guess what? They didn't get their way. Women feel like everything should go their way. So they're going to use their power to be in a position of power, which is to say, hey, you did this to me. You did that to me. He did this. We had an altercation. And a lot of times it's like 70, 80%. It's a flat out fucking lie. Or it's some of the story is exaggerated. Some of the story is exaggerated. Tell me that I'm lying. But let's move on to the second thing he got going on. I ain't gonna be long on this one. When you deal with women, a bunch of women, it's just a countdown to a lot of stress. It's the countdown to you going to get Me Too'd. It's the countdown to it's a wrap. So influencer Aline Lupre has filed a paternity lawsuit alleging that NFL wide receiver Stefon Diggs is the father of her unborn child. My thing is this, like, okay, why not wait till the child get here? That's what I don't understand. Why not wait till the child get here? It just lets you know these women are having babies for financial support. And I guarantee you, all these women he dealing with and the chefs, he ain't gonna have no money when he retire. And the only reason Cardi B is putting up with the facade, only reason she putting up with the facade for real, if we keeping it 100, is because she don't want to look stupid, bro. She don't want to just look like, she don't want to cut her losses. She don't want to look stupid. We're a bunch of dudes, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. She don't want to cut them losses that way, bro. Women don't know how to take the L. And when you don't know how to take the L, when you don't really know how to eat that L or take that L like that, you just dig yourself deeper, 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 and deeper in trouble. This dude going around making all these babies, and he gonna have to answer for that financially. When them NFL checks start getting out of there, and he ain't set up for that. Watch the story. Watch how this shit go. Watch how this shit go. We've seen this story over and over and over and over again. When you deal with women, two things are going to happen. Two things are going to happen. You're going to have less money. When you're dealing with multiple women in general, you're going to have less money. You're going to have more stress, and you're going to have a lot of legal problems. You're going to have a lot of legal problems. You're going to have a lot of legal problems. So hopefully you learned this lesson, though. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop video. Check out the NFL playlist. Check out the real one-on-one playlist. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.